Flores Ruiz arrives on the 6th floor of the Milwaukee County Courthouse for a hearing in a domestic abuse case. After that, with the agents gone from the hallway, Eduardo Flores Ruiz and his attorney exit into the hallway through a different door.
Grabbing him by the throat, it states, for about 6 seconds while punching with his offhand. The pair went to the hospital as well, showing us pictures of one of them.
Shows her pointing them through a double door. She then turns back to speak with other agents further down the hall.
Welcome to the Reaction Radar. A judge, a fugitive, and a federal takedown. Caught on camera. This ain't justice, it's chaos. Without any further ado, let's jump right into this.
Well, good evening. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on the News at 9. I'm Jessa Bryceback.
And I'm Natalie Shepard. We have a lot to get to tonight, but we begin with the latest in the arrest of a Milwaukee County judge. Tonight, we're seeing for the first time how that confrontation between Judge Hannah Dugan and federal agents unfolded just over a month ago.
Yeah, that moment sparked a chain of events that ended with Judge Hannah Dugan under arrest and now indicted, accused of blocking federal officers from taking a man into custody in her courtroom. Adam Reif has been on this story from the very start, and he's live now with what all this new video reveals. Hours and hours of video, Adam.
It is, Natalie and Jessa. This is the incident that started the chain reaction that now includes a federal case and national protest. The video shows Judge Hannah Dugan interacting with federal agents outside her courtroom, then directing them away as Eduardo Flores Ruiz left the courthouse and ran from them. The incident begins at about 8:43 in the morning, April 18th, when Eduardo Flores Ruiz arrives on the 6th floor of the Milwaukee County Courthouse for a hearing in a domestic abuse case. He meets his attorney in the hallway and walks towards Circuit Court Judge Hannah Dugan's courtroom. Along the way, he passes plainclothes federal agents who are sitting on a bench. They are there to detain him. After Flores Ruiz walks by, the agents turn to each other and appear to confirm his identity amongst themselves. But a few moments later, Judge Dugan and another judge approach the agents sitting on the bench. A criminal complaint against Dugan later said she was alerted to their presence by a court official. That complaint says during this interaction, Dugan and the agents disagreed over the type of warrant they had to arrest Flores Ruiz. According to the complaint, Dugan ordered the agents to go to the chief judge's office. Video shows her pointing them through a double door. She then turns back to speak with other agents further down the hall and orders them through the doors as well. Shortly after that, with the agents gone from the hallway, Eduardo Flores Ruiz and his attorney exit into the hallway through a different door. As they walk down the hall toward the elevators, they pass another plainclothes federal agent. Neither they nor Judge Dugan seem to have noticed at the time. That agent motions to another to follow Flores Ruiz. Security video shows Flores Ruiz exiting through a basement exit. Upstairs on the 6th floor, the other agents have left the chief judge's office and worked their way downstairs. Flores Ruiz left the building onto 9th Street. Videos of the street shows the agents catching up to him. Flores Ruiz runs across 10th Street while trying to get away, but the agents catch him and arrest him. Now, these clips are among hours of video we secured today after weeks of records requests. Judge Dugan was arrested 1 week later after this video. She has pleaded not guilty to the 2 charges she faces, and her federal trial starts in July. Natalie and Jessup, back to you.
Well, in case you were wondering what charges Eduardo Flores Ruiz was accused of, I got you covered. Let's jump right into it.
Of helping was in her courtroom, as Nick mentioned, on a misdemeanor battery case. Investigative reporter James Stratton spoke to 2 of his accusers at the center of the case, which sent him to court last week. James.
In the country illegally when his roommates reported a beating to the Milwaukee Police Department back in March. Prosecutors charged Flores Ruiz 3 counts misdemeanor battery, domestic abuse, March 15th. They say he hit 3 roommates in their house near 39th and Vliet. 2 of the roommates who spoke with me today but didn't want to show their faces, they say they were in court as victims last Friday. They say they heard Judge Dugan instruct Flores Ruiz and his lawyer to go to a certain door and said that they needed to speak with ICE. You heard her say that Eduardo needed to go speak with ICE?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, okay.
Sí, a los dos, la abogada y él, y ya de ahí, igual a la juez se subió a su silla, siguió con su trabajo.
Once Flores Ruiz went to the door, they say they never saw him again, say they saw his lawyer later crying. The criminal complaint states he hit one of them 30 times, later grabbing him by the throat, it states, for about 6 seconds while punching with his offhand. The pair went to the hospital as well, showing us pictures of one of them in a hospital bed today.
And James, they told you they were actually scared of retaliation.
One of the reasons, Derek, why they didn't want to show their faces, they say this afternoon they're scared to leave their home because of retaliation from Eduardo Flores Ruiz and his friends.
Hey, Congress, I know you guys are asking a lot of questions. Why does the ISIS have to have their faces covered up? Why does the ICE officers have to have their face covered up? Well, maybe you should take a look at this clip, okay? These are just regular people that were roommates of this gentleman, and they were scared of him, okay? Not saying the police are scared of the suspects. They have to handle them. I'm sure they're quite capable of handling it. But the point is that they have family, and they don't know who they're dealing with. So rather than worrying about retaliation, you know, that's what they have to deal with, okay? So food for thought. I would love to hear your guys' opinion on this. So, you know, as usual, thanks for joining in. Comment, hit the like button, and subscribe. And as usual, I'm looking forward to see what your thought process is on this. And, you know, until we meet in the next time, stay informed and engage.